Ahoy there, Mr. Fish. What's that you got there? Pieces of 8?
Oh, no, these are sand dollars, Mr. Pirate.
Sand dollars, eh? I see that some are gray and some are reddish with little hairs on them. Why is that?
Oh, that's because the ones that are reddish are alive and the little hairs help them to move, but the ones that are grayish are dead and the hairs have dried up.
Is that so?
Oh, yeah, sort of like hair today, gone tomorrow.
And a hairy life it is for them what lives in the ocean. That's quite a find you got there, Mr. Fish. You wouldn't want to make a trade, would you?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. Mrs. Fish said to bring me sand dollars right home.
I have here a map, a treasure map. I'll trade you for those sand dollars you have there, Mr. Fish.
Well, I don't know.
It'll take you to the treasure of the Eel's Cave.
There's a treasure in the Eel's Cave? Oh, boy, I'll do it. I'll do it. Oh, wait till I tell Mrs. Fish there's a treasure in the Eel's Cave, and thank you, Mr. Pirate. Thanks very much.
It's a wise decision you made.
If I believed in dragons, rainbows, ends, and fairy tales, if I believed that wishes could come true, I'd wish to be a pirate, the bravest one who ever sailed, and then I'd wish that you could be the crew. We'd be the scourge of the Spanish Main and the curse of the Barbary Coast. We'd look for booty, gold, and ships of pleasure. Then we'd sink it all beneath the waves and leave it in abandoned caves and make up maps to find our sunken treasure. For it's way down below where only fishes go. We'll find a place of many mysteries. Creatures large and small, we're sure to meet them all when we search for sunken treasure at the bottom of the sea.
Mr. and Mrs. Fish will be back right after this message.
Mrs. Fish,
Did you get the sand dollars?
No, I traded them to a pirate.
A pirate, yeah?
For a treasure
For a
map.
treasure map?
It
Well, let me
tells us
see.
there's a treasure in the Eel's Cave.
Oh, wow, we should go to the Eel's Cave, Mr. Fish. Oh, but we have a problem.
What's that?
Well, if we have to swim over the sandy bottom and through the open ocean and even get into an eel's cave, we've got to be fishes. I mean, we call ourselves Mr. and Mrs. Fish, but we're not fishes.
We have to look like fish.
Way down below.
Oh, no.
Fishes.
Not fishes. Fishes. We're Mr. and Mrs. Fish.
You look familiar.
Do. Davy Jones is the name.
Oh, Davy Jones, glad to meet you.
Fish suits in the game.
Huh? You have fish suits?
Oh, I got fish suits idea.
Could you make us into a fish?
Like to see something in a tuna, perhaps?
Well, sure. What have you got?
Let's see what we got here. Let's check what you need. Prawns, artichokes.
No.
Bologna sandwiches.
No.
Crocodiles. Dribble glasses. Eggplant. Fish.
Fish. Oh, yeah, that's what we'd like, a fish.
Well, the first thing you need is some way to breathe underwater.
Oh, but I have good lungs.
Oh, no, lungs don't work in the ocean.
Won't help you at all, my boy. You need something called gills.
Girls. Yeah.
No, Mr. Fish, not girls. Gills.
Oh.
Yeah, gills. Do you have any gills for us?
Oh, I got gills. Let's see.
yeah?
We got 5 quality top drawers. 7
Oh,
gills.
look at those. Oh, gosh. Oh, I know how these work. Oh, here. Oh, I tell you what, Mr. Fish, if you want to breathe, what you have to do is open up your mouth really wide and take in a whole bunch of water.
Oh, but I want air.
No problem. There's plenty of air bubbles in the water, my boy.
Oh, yeah. Now that you've got a mouthful of air and water, you close your mouth. Then what you do is you spit the water out over your gills. The air gets trapped, the water leaves, and you're able to breathe.
Hey, the water shut out my gills. The air got trapped. So that's how fishes breathe.
That's right.
Hey, that's
Works like a charm.
gills.
No,
Yeah. Oh, what's next?
Let's see. The next thing we can eat, you gotta have some kind of skin. my
Oh,
boy.
yeah. Fish skin.
You
What's
gotta
that
have skin.
called?
Skin? Well, let's see. Fish skin is called scales.
Scales, I'm not on a diet.
No, not those kind of scales, Mr. Fish.
Here's a fine set of scales right off the rack.
There you go. Now, scales are like little tiny teeth all over the outside of a fish's body, Mr. Fish. Helps keep them streamlined.
Oh, yeah? Does it do anything else?
Well, they do. As a matter of fact, my boy, the skin helps to kind of keep the outsides out and the insides in.
Oh, that could be gross.
Very useful.
Oh, yeah, it's a good thing you've got those. Oh, great.
But you know, I see a lot of fishes in the ocean that look awful pretty because they
Yeah?
have these pretty lines down the side of their body. I'd like to have a pretty line, too.
You want me to give you a line?
Yeah.
Hey there, big buddy.
Not
Oh,
that
yeah,
kind of
Oh, gosh,
line.
do you have a line for him?
Well, if I got a
Oh,
line
you
for
got a
him.
line. Oh, good. Oh, now, Mr. Fish, these lines aren't there just for being pretty. These are very special lines, and they're called lateral lines. They're like radar. I mean, if I put one on the side of your body like this and one over there, if a big fish was coming, you'd be able to sense it.
Lateral lines help fishes sense what's coming towards them in the water.
That's right.
Gee, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's see. What's
Yeah, let's
next?
see, gotta have some eyes, a couple fish eyes.
Well, what's special about fish eyes?
Oh, fish eyes never close. These are
Never
always
close?
open. They're very special eyes. You gotta love them.
Gosh, never ever close your
But what
eyes.
if I want to take a nap?
Oh, well, your eyes must stay wide open.
But what if some dirt or sand is heading for my eyes? I'll get infections.
Oh, no. You see, fishes have a protective coating over the outside of their eye, and it keeps the sand and dirt from getting in there and giving them infections.
Oh, just like glass.
Yeah, it is kind of like wearing
Fishes
glasses.
never close their eyes. Well, gosh, I guess I'm all set to go in the
Oh,
ocean
you
now.
are looking pretty
Well,
good.
not yet, my boy. I'll
No?
be patient. Want a complete outfit here. Let's see what we got that you could use. No. If you want to move around in the water, you've got to have some fins.
Oh, yeah.
Fins? How about Swedes or Norwegians?
No, Mr. Fish, not those kind of fins. Do you have any side fins for us?
Side fins. Let's
Side
see.
fins, yeah.
No. Side fins.
Oh,
right here.
yeah. Oh,
Marvelous
good.
set of
All
side
right.
fins.
Oh, now, Mr. Fish, side fins are used for turning. Why don't you show us how those work?
Side fins on a fish are for turning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Now,
turning.
every good turn deserves another. Try going the other way.
Oh, but wait a second. If I just have side fins, all I'll do is go round and round.
You'd get kind of dizzy, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Of course, I would be a well-rounded fish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you have any fins that could help him stay steady?
Steady as a rock, my dear. with
Steady as a
fine
rock? Oh.
Set of back fins.
Oh, back fins?
High-quality back fins.
Oh, here we go. Back fins will keep him steady, but... Oh, what's this fin right there?
That, my dear, is a tail fin.
Well, what are they for?
Tail fins will help you to move through the water with great speed.
Oh, you mean all he has to do is wiggle his tail and he'll get some great speed?
That's about all there is to it, my dear.
Oh, gosh, Mr. Fish, why don't you try that out?
Oh, let's see. Side fins are for turning. Oh, yeah, they work really well.
Oh,
And
good.
my back fins keep me nice and steady.
Yeah?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Davy Jones. And now my tail is for speed. I will wiggle my tail.
Yeah, just try it out.
Here goes.
Hey, that looks great. Oh, see you, Mr. Fish.
Another satisfied customer. It'll be $1.98.
$1.98. Oh, Mr. Fish, do you have any of those sand dollars?
Mr. Fish is one lucky fish. Now he has what all saltwater fish need in the ocean, like the triggerfish here, a warm water fish who sometimes drifts into colder waters. Do fish's eyes really stay open? Yup. Triggerfish has a thin coating over his eyes. This acts like an invisible shield, and he doesn't have to close his eyes, even to sleep. Gills, Mr. Fish? Trig has them. His gills are the opening you see next to the fast-moving side fins. Trig's open mouth takes in air and water, and the up and down motion of the gills shoots the water out, and the air stays in. Scales? Of course. They're like little tiny teeth, and by facing downward towards his tail, they don't slow Triggerfish down as he swims. Davy Jones and Mrs. Fish sure had the fins right. Watch how Trig uses his side fins to steer or turn, and uses his back fins to steady himself. Trig's not shaped for speed, but his tail can move him quickly if he senses danger. His lateral lines are there to sense danger. What? You can't see them? Well, a lot of fish's lateral lines aren't easy to see, but they're there. Pollacks give us a better view of lateral lines. They help the pollacks sense danger, or in this case, dinner. Eating worms is a wonderful frolic, not for people, but yummy for a pollock.
Well, mateys, now that Mr. and Mrs. Fish know what being a fish is all about, I bet you think they're just going to swim out to the eel's cave and get that treasure. It'll not be so easy as that. First, they have to cross Sandy Bottom Cove, one of the most treacherous places in the ocean. And you know what makes it so dangerous? It's flat as the broad side of an oar. And that means there's no place to hide.
Gee, Mrs. Fish, it was really fun dressing up like a real fish, but we don't have to look like that on our journey.
Oh, you're right, Mr. Fish, but we are going to have some way to protect ourselves in case a big fish comes, because as you know, big fishes eat little fishes.
Yeah, but how are we going to protect ourselves?
Well, body shapes. See, fishes' shapes help them protect themselves. And here we are on the sandy bottom, and the best body shape would be to be flat, like a skate.
But to change our shapes, we'd have to be like wizards.
Wizard? Wizard? Somebody called for a wizard?
Wow, a wizard!
Oh, hi, Mr. Wizard.
Oh, Mr. Wizard, could you make us into a skate?
I guess it's not too late to make you a skate.
Oh, no, Mr. Wizard, not that kind of skate. We want to be the kind of skate that's a fish, a flatfish, that looks like a stingray but doesn't have a stinger.
Well, I think for this, we'll have to really get down.
Oh, well, let's get down.
To avoid being eaten, a terrible fate, I'll make you a flatfish, just like a skate. Yeah, that flat enough for you? Starkle, little twink. Who the heck you are, I think.
Golly, Mrs. Fish, it worked. That wizard turned us into a flatfish, a skate.
He sure did, Mr. Fish. Now we'll have no problem getting through the sandy bottom.
Yeah, and if that old big fish comes along... Uh-oh, a big fish is coming.
Oh, well, I tell you what, Mr. Fish, why don't we just stay perfectly still? Since we're flat, the big fish won't be able to find us because we blend in so well.
Oh, good.
Here I am, the big fish, and I sense with my lateral lines a fish around here. Probably one of those Mr. or Mrs. Fish fishes. Oh, but if they have a flat shape, they can blend in with the sandy bottom. And as I look down, that's all I see is a sandy bottom. Flattery can get you somewhere.
The big fish went flat out to try and find the skate, but with no luck. And this skate shows us why. Look how well being flat helps the skate look like part of the bottom. No wonder our big fish had a problem. The skate looks like a dangerous stingray, but is really a friendly fellow and quite harmless. And as nature makes every creature look like it does for good reason, we can see why the skate is flat. On the bottom, no big fish got him, 'cause being flat is where it's at.
Mr. and Mrs. Fish will be back right after this message.
Oh, that skate trick worked on the sandy bottom, but they haven't got that treasure yet. There's open ocean to be crossed before they catch sight of the eel's cave. You know what open ocean is? That's where there's nothing to hide in, not even a sandy bottom. They'll need more than a skate suit to get to that cave now.
Gee, Mrs. Fish, being flat was great for the sandy bottom, but remember the map says we have to go through the open ocean water? How are we going to protect ourselves there?
Well, Mr. Fish, there's a couple good shapes that would work in the open ocean water. We could use torpedo shapes for speed, or we could do what pufferfishes do.
What's that?
Well, pufferfishes can blow themselves up with air or water and actually change their body shape from being a small fish to being a big fish, just like a balloon.
Balloons? Balloons? Somebody wants to buy a balloon? 5 cents a piece? 3 for a quarter?
Oh, hi, Mr. Balloon Man. No, we don't want to blow up a balloon. I'd like to blow up like a balloon.
Like a balloon. That's different. But no problem. I can help you with that.
You can?
Sure. Over there behind the big top, there's a suit. You go put that on, make you look just like a pufferfish.
Me look like a pufferfish? Oh, boy. I'll see you later, Mrs. Fish. Thanks, Mr. Balloon Man.
Good luck, Mr. Fish. Oh, Mr. Balloon Man, could you make me look like a torpedo-shaped fish?
Torpedo-shaped fish. You have to be able to dart away fast, huh?
Yeah?
Dart away fast.
to meet them all. When we search for sunken treasure, as we search for some.
Boy, did that balloon man do a great job. I look just like a torpedo. And I can use speed for my protection if a big fish comes.
There's a Mrs. Fish. She doesn't seem to have any way to protect herself. This is gonna be a piece of cake. Actually, a piece of fish.
Uh-oh, my lateral line senses a big fish nearby. Oh, I tell you what, I'll just zoom away quickly.
Oh, her torpedo shape was much too speedy for me. I guess I'll have to go on a fast.
Torpedo shape is the most common shape we see in fishes. This streamlined cod is one such example. Danger approaching? No problem with her torpedo shape. She gives her tail a quick whip and gives the big fish the slip.
Fish use the torpedo shape for speed, but I'm the kind of fish that blows itself up when danger approaches, like the pufferfish. Well, this is my pufferfish suit, and if a big fish came along, I could just fill myself up with either air or water, and then I would be bigger than the attacking fish. Oh, I should try that. Oh, this is gonna be swell. Here goes. Oh, great. Wait a second. Hey! Hey! Hold it! Stop! Hey, Mrs. Fish! Oh, Mrs. Fish! Help! Help! Holy mackerel!
This is a pufferfish. And looking sharp today, if you get my point. Yet the small thorny spines you see are only part of the pufferfish's way of protecting itself. Changing shape is its best form of protection. When danger is near, shown here by Mrs. Fish reaching into the tank, the pufferfish bloats into action. Filling itself up with either air or water, this puffer inflates itself and scares off its attacker, and then sinks like a stone. Danger gone? The puffer easily eases back to normal. So a pufferfish might say, when things get tough, just start to puff. Fat like me is safe in the sea.
Well, shiver me timbers. They're through the open ocean and almost to the eel's cave. Maybe we'll be seeing the treasure after all. But they'll have to get into the cave before they get the treasure. It'll be a good trick if those two can do that. A small cave it is, the eel's cave.
Gee, Mr. Fish, that was just dynamite watching you blow up like that.
Well, you know how bad inflation is these days, Mrs. Fish.
Yeah, well, fortunately, you're back down to size, and am I glad, because I like you just the way you are.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Fish. Oh, look!
What is it?
It's the eel's cave. But gosh, the entrance is so small. I mean, how does the eel get in there anyway?
Oh, well, it's body shaped, Mr. Fish. You see, an eel is shaped like a snake so that its body can get into small holes and caves that other fishes just never could get into.
So if we want to get into the cave, we've got to look like an eel.
That's right, Mr. Fish, we do.
Eel? Eel?
Oh, no, Mr. Fish. He said eel, not heel.
Oh.
So you want to get into the cave?
Yeah, we do, Mr. Chef.
You need to look like my spaghetti here.
Yeah?
Thin and like an eel. Here, eat this.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Chef.
Where only fishes go, we'll find
Oh, no, Mr. Fish, in your mouth.
Such a slob.
creatures large and small. We're sure to meet them all.
Wow, I look just like an eel. That chef did a great job. Oh, there's the entrance to the eel's cave. Gee, I should be able to wiggle in there real easily now. I wonder where Mr. Fish is.
Hi, Mrs. Fish. I'm already in the eel's cave. My eel-like shape works swell. Come on, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm coming right now, Mr. Fish, and I tell you what, it's just in the nick of time, because here comes that big fish.
Those Mr. and Mrs. Fishes just went into that cave. But I don't have the right shape to fit in there. Oh, but wait a second. Maybe I can back in. Yeah, that might work. Then I can go in there and get them. Well, let's try it. Oh no, my rear end is stuck. What a bummer. Oh, I hope no other fishes see me. I'll be the butt of jokes.
Small holes and caves in the ocean are favorite places for eel-shaped creatures. This common eel looks like a snake. Its shape is perfect for getting in and out of small holes and caves. Because an eel can fit where other shaped creatures can't, the eel's shape can provide a great way to protect itself. An eel can be brave if there's a hole or a cave. Just wiggle right in. It helps being thin. If no cave is around, an eel digs underground. So if danger comes near, an eel has no fear.
Mr. and Mrs. Fish will be back right after this message.
Wow, Mrs. Fish, it's the treasure in the eel's cave.
Oh, boy, let's open it up.
Seaweed? We've come all this way for seaweed?
Well, seaweed is a treasure, Mr. Fish. It's an important part of our everyday lives.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Fish. I don't use seaweed.
Well, sure you do, Mr. Fish. Everybody uses seaweed.
How?
Well, it's in all different kinds of products. You see this Irish moss right here? You know what they do with it? They dry it out and grind it up, and they put it in products to keep things thick and mixed together. And they call it carrageenan. Well, here, I'll show you, Mr. Fish. It's in things like candy bars and toothpaste and fruit pies and ice cream bars and Jell-O and pudding and chocolate eclairs and ice cream bars and, oh, it's even in hot cocoa and orange juice and evaporated milk.
So even if people don't eat seafood or don't live near the ocean, they use the ocean every day in their lives. Seaweed really is a treasure.
Yeah, it is, Mr. Fish.
Treasure? Hey, treasure? Did someone say treasure?
Oh, hi, Mr. Pirate.
We found the treasure in the eel's cave.
Do you want to make a trade for your treasure?
Oh, yeah. What have you got to trade?
Sand dollars.
Sand dollars.
If I believed in dragons, rainbows, ends, and fairy tales, if I believed that wishes could come true, I'd wish to be a pirate, the bravest one who ever sailed, and then I'd wish that you could be the crew. We'd be the scourge of the Spanish Main and the curse of the Barbary Coast. We'd look for booty, gold, and ships of pleasure. Then we'd sink it all beneath the waves and leave it in abandoned caves and make up maps to find our sunken treasure. For it's way down below where only fishes go. We'll find a place of many mysteries. Creatures large and small, we're sure to meet them all when we search for sunken treasure at the bottom of the sea. So if you believe in pirate ships and treasures lost in caves, if you believe that wishes can come true, then join our merry band on a trip beneath the waves. We'll have some fun and learn a few things too. And as we go down in the bay, we'll meet adventure on the way, and some people that you've never met before. So if you want to go along, join us in this little song. Sing it well and we'll be off to sea once more.